two men you saw on November 10th.
That's
just
correct.
Repeat for those of us who weren't in the courtroom. Who was it you saw?
The two gentlemen that I saw, one I think was about 6'2" or 6'3", and both of the gentlemen that I saw were Caucasian white men. They had tans. The taller guy had black hair about to the back of his head. Sunglasses were propped up on his head. They were both wearing like off-white kind of shirts with blue jeans, and neither one of them was like extremely overweight or extremely thin. They were somewhat athletic looking.
You said you went online, you researched, you thought you recognized one of them.
Yes.
And you testified in court as to who you thought that person was.
Yes.
Who was it that you think you've identified that person?
I hate to say it because they're not under arrest, and there's been this history of one of the other witnesses attempting to be killed from jail. So I really hate to mention the name.
All right, so you've testified. You went up to South Bend to testify. You've done numerous interviews with investigators. You did a big deposition. Now you're up here in Fort Wayne. I mean, I guess, did you realize how much of an imposition, how much of an imposition has this been on your life in terms of, it's 3 years later, you're still doing this?
It makes it hard to move on. For me, it's been a little bit easier than for some others because I have been, telling my story, at least as much of it as I could without messing up the prosecution's cases. But that's made it a lot easier for me to cope with this. I know some of the others are having more difficulty coping with it. And I'm at the point where I hope that the right people get sentenced, they get found guilty, and that the sentence matches the crimes.
You said in there, you saw the two men on November 10th.
Yes.
You don't think either one of them was Bob Leonard?
That is correct. I'm 100% sure neither one was Bob Leonard.
Sure. Bob Leonard is the one who was on trial today. Do you still believe that he was rightfully charged in this case?
I'm not sure. I mean, you'd have to read through all the charges and things, and I'm not a lawyer. I don't know all the intricacies of it. I have no doubt that he has some level of involvement, but to what that level is, I really don't know.
Okay. And Mark Leonard, convicted in July, now serving 2 consecutive life sentences.
Correct.
What was your reaction to that?
I was pretty happy with that. I think it's fairly clear that he was involved in this and 2 people died. I also believe that this was intended to be an arson and nothing more than that, and it turned into something way out of his control, and as a result 2 people died. And in the state of Indiana, that's a knowing murder, and the sentence that he got is in line with that crime. So
a lot of the neighbors have expressed frustration, at the very least, that Montserrat Shirley will not see her day in court except as a witness. Would you count yourself among them?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I feel like she should be getting the exact same sentence Mark Leonard did. She had many opportunities to walk out of this. There were multiple attempts to do this. I understand she may have been afraid of Mark Leonard, but there were many opportunities where she could have spoken to someone at work, spoken to a friend, spoken to a neighbor, and gotten herself out of this, and as a result 2 people wouldn't have died. So yeah, I think that she should be serving the same sentence as Mark Leonard.